There, Keith the Purple Rose. And the deck profile. I also have the card somewhere in here. I'm thinking about putting up for sale. It's a Winged Dragon of Ra. I just gotta find where it is. Here it is. So if you know anybody that needs a Winged Dragon of Ra, I mean, they got until tomorrow to send me a reply. Till like, I guess 12 o'clock tomorrow, because I'm going to a tournament in Doylestown on my channel, and I'll put it on the side. I mean, you could go to Allen's in Bensalem, tell my teammate Patface the Blackwing, I'll give it to him. You send him the money and it's basically yours. And I'm doing a deck profile on my Evolution deck. It's the main deck I use. I got Raza, because he can attack your opponent directly, one of him. A couple of these, because I heard that these things you can have 3 of. I haven't heard any different, but if I do, I'll let you guys know. Blackluster Soldier. Lava Golem's good to have. You want to take control of your opponent's monster and do 1,000 damage to him once per turn. Just the downside, if you have no monsters and you do that and it's not the first turn, you can get attacked directly. This is good to stop effects of monsters and spell certain cards, because if you, but unfortunately Shin is a pain, but his ability can be used once per turn, so if you got a Mirror Force, you can just get rid of him. His ass like that. Counter Force. This is a pretty good card to have. So basically you can inflict damage to your opponent with the difference between the monsters. This Blackluster Ritual summons Blackluster Soldier. Effect Veiler. You can negate an effect of a monster with this.
Yeah.
Take it from your hand to the graveyard and get an effect. Guardian Yatos. If you have no cards on the field, you can summon him from your hand, which is very good to have. He can get stronger. Cross attack. I'm going to teach you guys a little combo with this. With certain cards here. Find them all. You can get a good draw in a couple in your first hand or a couple hands. These 4 cards here: Nahishi, Cross Attack, Mage Power, and Ramheart, Smashing, Ballista. These 4 cards. If your opponent has a defense position monster with Cross Attack in Nahishi, says you can attack once, but with his special ability, you can attack directly twice for 5,800 damage, which would really screw up your opponent's life points. Goddess of Wind. Well, this is a game of chance if you like to gamble. You can have the attack up to 1900, which ain't bad. Harsh Psychic Clerk, which is good for defense. Dust Tornado. This is good for getting rid of certain spells and traps, but Solomon Judgment, Solomon Warning is a pest to get rid of at times. Electronic Vacuum. It is a good card to have. It's right like Relinquish, but you cannot use it on Shen. So if Shen comes out and you summon this, big mistake. It's a sitting duck. Dark Lord Desire cannot be special summoned by tributing one fairy type monster. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls. This card loses 1,000 attack. You send that target to the graveyard. So it's kind of good to have. This is like Relinquished in a way. You can keep equipping cards to it and detaching them, so it's basically almost indestructible. Sword of Deep-Seated. A monster equipped with this card increases attack and defense by 500 points. When it's sent to the graveyard, place it on top of your deck. Keeps coming back. Mirror Force. Somebody attacks, you can just you have this face down, you can basically destroy all of their monsters. GB Hunter. This is good if somebody has Infernities. You can just annihilate their behinds with it. Herald of Creations. If you have like a monster you want back from your graveyard, it's good to have. Cemetery Bomb. If somebody has a load of cards in their graveyard, activate this, they're done. Monster Reincarnation. It's a good card to bring cards back to your hand if you need them. Like for 6 Samurais, if you want to sync from Dark End Dragon with Iru and a lower tuner. You can get Sanctuary in the Sky on the field, and you discard this, and your life points are higher than your opponent's, you win the duel. Fissure. Good for getting rid of pesky monsters like Jinzo, Blue Eyes, 5-headed dragon, God cards. Dark Magician. If you have 3 of these, you can really power up your Dark Magician girl. The combo I'm going to show you. White Horn Dragon, Flute of Summoning Dragon, and Red Eyes Black Dragon give you a couple dragons if you're in a bind. Meteor Flare is a good trap to have if you want to do 2,000 damage to somebody, but it comes with a price. You got to discard 2 cards. Cyber Dragon. If you fuse this to make the cyber end, and you use cross attack magic card, which I showed you with Nihishi, you can attack twice and do piercing damage. That's basically a 1-turn kill. And believe it or not, I have an Agent of Mars. This basically adds up to your opponent's difference between yours and your opponent's life points. So it's hot like 8,000, yours is 8,000, you just wipe them out right away. Tribe Shocking Virus. Once per turn, banish 1 monster in your hand to destroy all face-up monsters on the field, the same type as that monster. It can come in handy. Deep Dark Trap Hole. When a level 5 or higher monsters in special summon, banish that level 5 or higher effect monsters. Red Eyes Middle Dragon. It's good with Metal Morph. Summon this. Was in here, but I gotta find it. Double Defender. Once per turn, while opponent monster declares an attack, you can, while you control 2 or more face-up defense position monsters, you can target the attacking monster and negate the attack. It's continuous. Gravekeeper's Servant. Good if you have one of these on the field, any Gravekeeper. I choose Priestess. Looks like the one girl I love. Love you, Lay. Herman Lord of Striking Slaughter. Yeah, you gotta just get rid of 3 continuous spell cards to wreak mayhem with him. He's like battle with Obelisk and basically wipe him out. Sacred Beast. Dark Magician Girl. Looks like my buddy Jamie. This thing is pretty well good. You get like 3 Dark Magicians in the graveyard. Magicians of Black Chaos. That's like 4,000, 4,100. That ain't bad. Monster Reincarnation. Another one. Obsidian Dragon. Well, this card negate the effects of spell and trap cards that target 1 face-up dark monster you control and destroy them. That ain't bad. Toon Mermaid. You're wondering why toons are in here. Why so weak? Simple. I'm not looking for a big toon to start off. I want this weak one just so I can target and get at the life points of my opponent. Toon World. 2 Meteors of Destruction, so I can do 1,000 points of damage to my opponent. Fairy Archer, good for inflicting damage right away for each light monster on the field. Soul Exchange. It's very good card to sacrifice your opponent's monsters, but make sure they don't have monsters to negate the activation. Gemini Elf. It's a very good card to have. Another Mortronic Vacuum. And I got a card that might shock you that I got out of a premium pack at the dollar store. Well, this card is the only monster on the field that gains 1,000 attack for each card in the spell and trap card zones for you and your opponent. Jester Lord. Which isn't bad at all.
Okay. That it?
Yep.